In Britain, a photo is taken every 10 seconds, and 12 million of us own digital cameras. But what does it take to be a top photographer?
A photographer has the ability to connect with the subject matter that they're depicting. You have to get to know it, you have to understand it, you have to be passionate about it, and also tell us something about your relationship to that subject.
Thousands of you submitted your photos via the Channel 4 website for the chance to take part in this unique photographic competition. We chose the 6 most talented photographers to go head-to-head over a series of challenging assignments.
I've got a nice little scene happening here.
It's that feeling that you get when you take a shot.
Yeah.
Up for grabs for the winner, an exhibition at a top gallery and a book deal worth thousands.
Exhibiting in the National Gallery would be a dream come true.
Each week, a panel of top industry experts will judge their work to see if they've got the talent to succeed as a pro.
It doesn't work visually because we don't know really quite what it's about.
I do think this is really a fantastic portrait because it plays with vulnerability and strength.
The background is over-romanticised and over-fiddly.
I think you're being incredibly harsh.
Coming up, the photographers have a face-off with a celebrity.
I seem quite nice, do I? Oh, I can also be quite nasty.
A day at the beach turns into a nightmare.
This is hell. This is absolute hell.
And 2 photographers are removed from the competition.
So it's with a great regret that we have to let you go tonight.
Day 1 of the competition, and the 6 finalists head to a central London gallery to discover their first assignment.
Photography has given me back my life, and I would like to really concentrate on developing those skills and becoming a fantastic photographer.
I think photography will give access to a world that's outside my reach at the minute. I'm very much part of the corporate world, and I would prefer to be out there in a more creative life.
Up until I was 28, I had very serious problems with alcohol. Photography was something that I have been able to do because of my sobriety. I wouldn't have even been able to hold a camera still, you know, because of the shakes.
When it comes to photography, I guess I'm pretty obsessive because it's something that I do think about all the time. I can't really imagine not doing it.
To offend people gives me the knowledge that I've touched them, that I've affected them through my photography. I mean, I'm not overly thrilled if somebody becomes extremely upset by a photograph, if I've sort of touched a nerve, but at the same time that is also the point of the work.
I think this competition is going to challenge me because it takes me a long time to set my pictures up and make sure that everything's just right before I take the photograph.
Judging the photographers at the end of the week will be 3 key industry figures. Martin Parr is one of the world's most influential photographers.
What I'm looking for is a sort of freshness, an originality of the voice. When you see something that's original, it really strikes you, and that really is my main criteria.
Brett Rogers is director of the internationally renowned Photographers Gallery. She's an expert at spotting new talent.
If you believe in yourself and have the self-confidence that you have something interesting to say, then I think that you will be successful.
Gallery owner Alex Proud is looking for work that will sell.
I will be trying to make sure that I feel this photographer has a commercial future. I don't want to crush anyone's spirit at all, but I also want to make them think that possibly this might not be a career.
On hand to advise the competitors is mentor Joy Gregory, an internationally acclaimed photographer and lecturer.
With these photographers, their experience of photography is completely different, but I think they all have a certain something. I'd advise them all just to be themselves, and their style will come through quite naturally.
The judges will set our finalists 3 themed assignments. At the end of the week, they will present their work to the panel, and 2 photographers will be asked to leave the competition. This week's theme is portraiture.
I am going to set you your first task, a very seemingly easy one on the surface, but actually I think you'll probably all find it quite difficult to make it actually individual and your own. I'm going to pair you off, and you're going to go away to take each other's portraits.
To be recognised as a great photographer, it helps if you can take a great portrait. For the first assignment, they must take a portrait in their own style, but which sums up their partner's personality.
The good thing about an assignment is it's a problem-solving exercise. You've actually got to use your personality, use your common sense, use your initiative to try and make a picture that solves that problem, but is interesting, captivating, and engaging.
The Picture This website has been flooded with your examples of portraits, from documentary-style photographs to heavily staged conceptual images.
When photography was invented, the portrait was always being very central to the agenda of why photography has been so successful and so popular. If you think of it, the one form of photograph that we all cherish more than anything else is a photograph of people that we love. We carry them in our wallets, we have them on our sideboards, in our living rooms, so it's a central part of the role of photography.
Keep that in mind.
So we want a bench.
Sun is there.
And, yeah.
So would one of these along the path?
First to take their portrait is Liz, who has been paired with Ed. They've only just met, but she's decided to pose him as a figure in a bondage fantasy.
Is this just to take me out of the competition?
Yeah, I'm just going to leave me. I'm just going to leave you here. I promise I won't do double knots. All right, maybe I'll do one double knot. But I don't want you to be scared.
Okay.
I'd never want that.
As a photographer, I love the idea of being in control and being able to take an idea from my imagination and to capture that for all time, to move people and to, I suppose, tell people what to do. I feel more comfortable with that than leaving things to chance.
Do you feel safe?
No.
I think the thing I will look for in this first assignment will be simplicity and sort of directness, if you like. I don't want anything too cluttered. I don't want anything where there's gimmicks. I just want a simple, direct take.
I'm very influenced by sort of theatre and film. And I love that idea of sort of theatrics and fantasy. A portrait is, in its nature, it's going to be false anyway. So I kind of just go to the other end of the scale.
Great, we're done.
Can you?
No. I'd like to think that I've got a good chance of winning the competition, but I also believe that there are people in the competition, such as Ed, who have a lot more experience than I do. So I'm not complacent or cocky.
Over here is quite nice.
Next, it's Ed's turn to capture his impression of Liz.
Hi. Excuse me. No.
Ed sometimes works as a photographer's assistant, but today he's looking for some help of his own.
If you want to just come around here and just stand on this side, and if you want to stand on this side, you're going to hold it about there. That's brilliant.
When Ed approached the woman and her children, I thought that was fantastic. I wish that I had the confidence with strangers to do that. So I think it's just wonderful that he can get people involved.
Ed's been taking pictures since he was 7.
My photography is mainly concerned with documentary and photojournalism, focusing on real events, real life. I try and take photographs of the real world as honestly and as true as I can. I can just about meet anyone and take their photograph. If you could just come around to this side. I'm just going to have to take a couple of shots because...
For his portrait, Ed wants to take a romantic image of Liz.
That's good, okay. And yeah, that's good. The roses came into it because by the nature of Liz's character, she is very English, and the fact that she was wearing a dress with flowers on, it just seemed to work well with this whole English rose kind of angle. No, you're great, you're doing well, Okay, that's brilliant.
Coming up, a good scrubbing for the streets of London.
Look at me, Ashley Coleman.
And the photographers play the fame game.
Lovingly at the Lantern.
Lovingly at the Lanterns.
Piece of Orient.
6 finalists are competing for a prize every aspiring photographer dreams of. The chance to launch their careers with an exhibition at a prestigious gallery and a major book deal. Their first assignment, to take a unique portrait of one of their fellow photographers.
What I look for in a portrait is an image that will tell me something of both the photographer and the person being portrayed.
Former set designer Carolyn Mendelsohn has been paired with cinema projectionist Aaron Brown.
Yeah, that's good. Can you look down at me? Oh.
Yeah, do you want me to return the gaze? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Initially, it was quite scary because I'm not brilliant technically, so I knew that the exposure was wrong. As I got into the swing of it, I started to really enjoy it.
Carolyn left her job in the